morning. So we are meeting for the first time. We don't know each other, who you are and where are you from. So would you mind giving me your introduction, please?
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for giving me this golden opportunity to introduce myself. Well, this is me, Rupa, and I am connecting to you from Bihar. And right now, I'm a student of the class 8. And in my future, I want to become a doctor. Yeah, this is something about myself. And I am so excited and curious to know something about yourself too. So, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Okay, okay. Definitely, definitely. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Bablu Kisco. I hail from Hooghly, West Bengal. Talking about my qualification, I have completed masters in English literature. And if I talk about my hobbies, I love to play cricket, football. You can say all types of games I love to play. And right now, by profession, I'm a teacher. I've been in this teaching field for about 14 years. And I'm optimistic and hardworking person. And thank you for asking me. That's all of it.
Wonderful. So, like, which subject do you teach?
My subject is English.
Okay. So, while teaching, do you use English language or not?
Sorry.
While language do you use?
Sorry, your voice is breaking. Please speak up a little loudly.
I am asking that while teaching, which language do you use? Do you use
Oh,
English language
yes,
before a
yes.
student?
I got
Yeah,
it.
language.
Okay, okay, got your point. While teaching in school, uh, I teach my students in bilingual method. Bilingual means somewhat in English and somewhat in Bengali. Bengali as our native language, and most of the students, they come from very remote area and they don't have any English speaking background, and that's why they are always facing some difficulties in understanding me. So that's why I use bilingual method, right?
I can understand. I can sense with you because I have talked with one man and he was from Bengal. So he was saying that here, like most of the student, they are unable to speak in English. Although they have gone in 12th, they have passed 12th as well, but they are unable to speak in English. Yeah, I can understand.
Okay.
So, how did you improve your English? May I know?
So about my improvement. So though I am a teacher in English, so but I don't consider myself to be an eloquent speaker because there is a lot of room for self-assessment or self-improvement, right? So that's why I always keep on learning and still practicing with co-learners, even teachers. Whenever I get any chance to talk to anyone in English, definitely I grab that situation and try to make conversation with him so that I can learn some new things. So that's it. That is going on all the time.
Okay. So, if I ask one question to you that, suppose that someone is facing a lot of problem, he and she had started his and her English journey, and they have been doing practice for long period of time, although they are not getting result. So, how will you motivate them, and what kind of suggestion you would give them?
So that's a very good question, I think. And I have seen many people, I can say, many people, many students, they have higher degree than me. They have lot of experiences. They can understand English. They can read, write, and they can understand very well this subject. But in terms of speaking, they are not so able to speak this language. Do you know why does this problem happen? The problem happens for lack of practicing and for not speaking to anyone. And this is the problem they are facing a lot. I even earlier I faced a lot of problems while talking to someone because I know very well I can understand, read, I can read, write properly. Okay, but in terms of speaking, I uh, still now face some difficulties while speaking about any topic. I sometimes my mind goes blank and I can't find the right vocab in that situation, how to define that particular situation. So these are the problems facing lots of the learners, not even me. And these problems, I can say that it's my suggestion to all of the learners that they keep on practicing a lot because they can understand all the things except for speaking skills. So they always focus on grammar or writing. Okay, but you have to, if you want to improve your speaking skills, you need to practice a lot more. Okay. And most of the learners always give that they don't have any English speaking background. Okay, but I think that this is a lame excuse for themselves because 90% learners don't have this speaking environment. So they should create their environment by themselves. This is my suggestion, and they should keep on practicing every single day, and they should listen a lot. By listening a lot, they can talk to anyone. Okay.
Yeah, I agree on your points. And if I talk about myself, so if I share my secret of the English, so initially beginning, I used to do mirror practice. 1 week, I used to tell about myself, and from next week, I started constructing the anecdote verses at the front of mirror. Then I started talking on topics, and I started making small scenarios, fake scenarios, so that I could rectify my grammar mistake. And then like this, I started understanding English. I started speaking. My mind started understanding and releasing the ideas. So like this, I did practice, and like this, I have eliminated the problem that I used to get most of the time in my conversation. So, English has become easy. You can learn nowadays English by sitting your home by using so many applications. But the main thing is that you need motivation for this. If you are passionate, dedication, so you will definitely post your hard work. It does not matter where you are, in which situation you are, you will definitely do hard work. Because I am a village girl, and if I talk about my home conditions, so like at my home, no one can speak English. In my school, no one can speak English, but I had dedication, I had passion, and due to this reason, I did hard work, and right now I am like this in English. So, I think if you want to become something in your life, so you must have why I am doing this thing. If you know your why, so like automatically you will be motivated, and you will be passionate, and you will be putting your extra effort, so definitely you will get result.
I totally agree with you on your point because there are three Ds. We need three Ds. That is, three Ds means discipline, dedication, and discipline. Okay, if you could have these three Ds, you definitely will be successful in your life, be it any field. Maybe it your language learning field or whatever field you can say, you will be definitely successful. But you should have discipline, dedication, and diligence, right? So I would like to ask you one more question. That since when did you start learning this language?
Yeah, could you repeat your question, please? Your like I was listening so much sound from your side, so I could not listen your question properly.
Since when did you start learning this language?
Okay, I have been learning this English language for 7 months ago.
Okay, so you have improved a lot. I can see that. So you
Means
so
I
right
had a
now,
lot of problems, but
right now
I wanted to improve this English. Means I had a passion to speak good English, and when I used to meet with like intermediate, and when they used to speak good English, so at that time I also wanted to speak an appealing English. So that is why I used to do a lot of hard work. Means while going to school, while washing, laundering, while helping my mother in chores, I used to speak in English so that I could improve my English quickly and fast in an accelerate way. So I achieved a lot, and I struggled a lot, battled a lot for this English and for this the fluency. So right now I'm like this.
So I can see that the result is in front of me. So there is no doubt that you can speak very good English. So I have one question also to you that so at the initial stage, what kinds of what kinds of difficulties or any problems you have faced so far?
You want to know that how many problems, means initially in beginning which kind of problem I used to face, I have faced, right?
Right, right.
Okay, so like in the beginning, I had Flitura Catch 22. First of all, when I used to meet with people, I used to become panic, and I used to become unconfident, and I used to become fragile. Means that, like I would know the answer that they used to ask to me, but like I had one negative thought in my mind always, that if I do mistake, then they will jerk on me, they will laugh on me, and I had a horrification. So this is the main problem that I used to get most of the time, and it was happening due to lack of practice. Like I did practice a lot, and I have improved this problem. Second thing, like I used to remember the word, but when it's come to use that in my like conversation, I used to forget sometimes the meaning, pronunciation. So for fixing this problem, I followed one method. That was, means I remember every day two word. First of all, I read books. I don't read any special books. I read my academic books, and I write a known word. I have made one particular book notebook for that, and I write down the words into that, and then I make so many sentences, and I also try to use that words in my conversation so that I can remember for long period of time. And I used to do grammar mistake as well, so but like I was focusing on that part, so like gradually I improved. So yeah, this is something.
Okay, okay. You have said well. This one thing you have said that the people always make fun of art. Basically, the learners when they start learning this language, if they make any mistake, people start laughing at them or making fun of them. That's the reason the learners getting ashamed of themselves, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, this is
this
the reason.
unconfident, and that is why they staunch refrain their practicing as well. This is the main reason.
But we should not think of other people. Okay, because people talk is the always they keep on insulting or always they start laughing at us. Okay, so let them think whatever they are thinking. We should not think too much. We should not focus on the people's judgment. We should do our work because nobody will help to you. Okay, most of the people try to demotivate you while doing any good job. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I always, in my case, I always found myself with the positive minded people because most of the people are very negative minded. They always demotivate you. They never encourage you to do any good work. Right? So I always avoid such types of people in my case.
yeah, I am agree. Right now in this present era, everyone is like thinking about themselves. Everyone is like envying through other, annoying through other, and like earlier people used to of welfare of other, and they had homage, compassion for other. Means I could see earlier the main occupation for like life was agriculture and rearing livestock. So like
Policy
at the time like people used to share they love much, but right now it does not happen, and like everyone is thinking about themselves, and like when someone grow, so their closure and we too much to them, such as their fellows ally. So that is why, like whatever I do, I don't share that thing to my fellow ally, because the main enemy is your fellow, your friend. If you grow in your life, they will be annoying and they will be trying to create a lot of obstacles in this, so that you cannot achieve, so that you cannot accomplish your like aim goal. I have seen this personally.
most of the learners have been facing this problem till now. Even I used to face these types of problems. So that's why I always keep myself surrounded with positive minded people. Uh, so that I can do anything, any good work, and people surrounded myself who can motivate my me to do any good work. So this is the thing I am always trying to keep myself always with those people, right? So I want to ask you one thing also, that there are four pillars of learning any language. They are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So among them, what is the most important part for learning this language?
Cannot see your picture properly. Your face is not coming. Yeah, right now it's okay.
So among these four parts, which is the most important part for learning this language?
So, according to me, you should listen a lot as much as I can, because I have become like this in English by listening and by speaking. Like, I would like to mention here one thing. When we all were small, so how we all were learning our native language? By listening and by speaking. We
Right.
didn't do any other activity. So, same thing, if you want to become fluent, if you want to speak good English, if you want to convey your thought without stucking in any particular language, you should follow this thing. And like these two things, according to myself, after that, then reading, writing, then you should do this type of thing.
I totally agree with you 100%. Because I also used to listen a lot. At the initial stage of learning this language, I used to listen a lot. You can say 3 or 4 hours every single day. I used to listen YouTube conversation videos. Okay, and after listening those videos, I got to know many advanced phrases and the speakers, how they speak to themselves, what kinds of phrases or sentences they are using. I just try to copy those sentences and I try to utilize those sentences in my conversation. So these are the two things, according to me, also are the most important part of learning this language. And after that, you can try also read and write. Okay. So tell me, what's your goal? What's your goal?
In you, I have to go for work. So it was really an appealing conversation with you, and thank you so much for sharing your valuable time. And I have learned so many things through this conversation. So thank you so much.
And once again, I also got to learn a lot from you also. So I also give you a bunch of thanks to you.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Have a nice